Hey, this is Pamela Riemenschneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services, and this is the Produce Reporter Week in Review. All is back to normal, Greg, except I'm in higher definition. I got a new camera.
Looks nice. Looks very sharp. You got to be careful with that as you get older,
Right? That's what makeup's for, too. Well, we've got, the crop reports and estimates and just bummer news out of California is pretty much the top story for last week, this week, probably next week as well. There's just a lot to unpack and a lot to drain out of California.
Well, last year, the big story of California was this huge drought that had been going on for decades. And then we get this atmospheric river and dumps water on the state. And aside from the damage that will happen, that's already happened and that will be seen through this growing season, I think most people are optimistic that this was a pretty good thing. It just came kind of too fast. But it didn't
Yeah,
come like in the middle of a season, at least.
right. For most things, although you did talk to the folks from Fruit World, citrus season is going on in California. And so they did have a few issues with being able to pick some of the mandarin varieties, although it did actually kind of make nice timing to have like the fancier stem and leaf mandarins available for Lunar New Year. So that was kind of like one tiny bright spot.
They did
But
point out that it didn't harm the crop. The crops
right.
just delayed harvest a little bit, and it might even improve the crop. And going forward, it's much healthier.
Yeah, although we are getting damage estimates coming in. The first one that I've seen so far, besides what the Grower Shipper Association of California sent us, was from the California Strawberry Commission. They released some numbers today. Their preliminary estimate is $200 million worth of damage. But you did say that there was a bright spot in that as well.
Oh
Or did
yeah,
you forget?
the commission said they were really optimistic going forward. I mean, it's reviving the fields and crops, and we had a nice video that Marcon sent of some of the flooding, and they are projecting tighter markets in the spring, or well, tighter volumes, higher markets because of this. But I don't I don't know that it'll be so much that we see any shortages. That would really surprise me.
Well, there are some things like celery, which is already at record highs. We got an update from Duda that said that the celery market, especially in April, is going to be really challenged. And then where I'm seeing it play out, and I've explained this before too, is that when we had Hurricane Ian in Florida, is the coverage on TikTok is actually there as well. I've had lots of people send me videos of workers out there trying to harvest out in just shin deep in water, trying to pick strawberries and celery and things like that. And then there's the you got to start gardening and growing your own lettuce because it's going to be a lettuce disaster. And here's my point where the produce industry and agriculture needs to get out there and show what's going on and show recovery and show, yes, these fields got trashed and flooded and whatever, and we had already started planting, but here's where we are sure that we will have supplies going into the summer, because right now a lot of what my algorithm is showing me is it's time for you to grow your own lettuce. And
Maybe we could contact some celebrities and sell us $1,000 lettuce vase for our kitchen, and that we could use.
I even had someone send me a video about how it's going to affect things like tomatoes. And I'm sorry, the average consumer in a grocery store in the United States is not buying a tomato that was grown outside. All of those are grown, pretty much all of them are grown in some kind of protected agriculture, typically in just a completely fully enclosed greenhouse.
Yeah.
So we need to get people out there, boots on the ground, like Marcon does, like ProAct does, like a lot of the big organizations get out there, but that's typically trade media information and out there for their buyers, but they need to get out there for consumers as well, because right now consumers are scrambling, like they're trying to raise their own chickens for their own eggs. But if you like sit there and do the math of it, I have a feeling people who don't realize that raising your own chickens doesn't mean cheaper eggs. So
Yeah, usually they cannot get to economies of scale in a backyard chicken coop. We found that
right.
to be the case with our backyard chickens.
Yeah, yeah. I can't even have backyard chickens, although I would because they're super fun and they love to eat produce. Like it's fun to see what kinds of things you can throw out there and see what the chickens do with them. So
They are omnivores and they eat meat and they eat living things. They're when we had our backyard chickens, it was nonstop entertainment.
and like we say, that's more of a lifestyle choice. Like my cat here, dude, go away. I'm trying to work. If it's not one of my boys, it's another one. Chickens are more of a lifestyle, but the last couple of weeks and couple of months in the produce industry have also been kind of a lifestyle thing. And I wanted to talk about it really quick because there are so many cool things coming out right now that are produce related, including like this super cool swoosh shirt that's got all the fruit on it from Nike. My son decided to get that for me. I have a cat. This soccer content, that's Neymar. He wants to be this week's soccer content. So I've got an Adidas hoodie that's always fresh that has a bunch of fruit on it. I have this fruit swoosh shirt. And then my son decided that I need to join the crowd that has Air Forces because if you can see it there, that is a dragon fruit on these Air Forces. And then of course the swoosh is the inside. And then today, Avocados from Mexico, one of their big promotions for the Super Bowl coming up, they like to have a lot of cool stuff going on, is they have an entire Pantone color collection. It's kind of bringing avocado green into 2023. And all of this for me just kind of makes produce cool.
It does. You know, I saw that story we had on there today, and I thought, what better time for you to update your avocado drapes and wall coverings and window coverings? I mean, you've got the opportunity now.
Right? No kidding. I need to get in touch with AFM and see if I can get some of this avocado green collection. Although I noticed that the green is a little bit more vibrant and bright than the 1970s avocado green. I think my parents had one of those avocado green refrigerators in one of the houses we lived in. I feel like that aesthetic could make a comeback with all the millennials and their plant windows and things like that. I think all of this is kind of dragon fruit is one of the most searched things in our Know Your Commodity guide online. And this cannot hurt dragon fruit sales at all. This is just making people who are maybe not familiar with it or who are aficionados like this is a super slick shoe. And my 14-year-old thought it was awesome, and maybe it's going to make him want to try a dragon fruit. I know it makes my 9-year-old want to try dragon fruit for sure. So I think all of this can do really great things for the produce industry. So it's super fun.
It seems to have kind of the same vibe as what previously PMA did and now IFPA does at the Texas South by Southwest. And it's just getting produce into a larger conversation and into culture more. And that has to be a good thing. There's different ways for people to connect with this sort of thing. And if this is a way to reach people who aren't getting enough produce in their lives, and that's awesome. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't go to the grocery store and aren't immersed with it. And this is a way to be exposed to it. And then you ask more questions. What's this all about?
Yeah, what's this all about? Where can I get one? And I don't think I know too many dragon fruit shippers in the produce industry who could get Nike to sponsor them. So sit back and enjoy the free publicity.
Yeah, and hopefully when you wear those to your upcoming trade shows, other people won't have them because that will be so embarrassing.
No, we can be cool. We can be a squad. Produce is for everyone.
It's not like we're in the same dress to an event.
Not at all. Although I do have the unique leggings. No one else has my avocado leggings. So, I mean, I can stick with that for my own, and then we can just have our own dragon fruit shoe squad. So that's fun for everyone. Well, on that note, that's it for the Produce Reporter Week in Review. If you are not getting the Produce Reporter newsletter, you need to go to producebluebook.com and sign up. Like, these shoes are so fun that they have literally dragon fruit nutrition facts in them. Like, who decided to do this? This reminds me of the avocado toast Saucony shoes that I have in a box in my closet, but I bought the wrong size. But who did this? Because they're so committed to it. There's even like a PLU down inside there. And they came with a free like produce bag to take to the store and buy your produce, like a net woven bag. Like, this is amazing.
That's impressive.